Hello everyone, welcome to Quiz Next. From today onwards, we are starting a new video series that is called On This Day. In this series, we will provide important facts and trivia that happened on a given date. So I hope you all will like and enjoy this video series. So let's start the infotainment. Fact number 1. On 19th July 1595, astronomer Johannes Kepler has developed his theory of geometrical basis of universe. Johannes Kepler was a German astronomer, mathematician and astrologer. He is a key figure in the 17th century scientific revolution, best known for his law of planetary motion. He has also written many books such as Astronomia Nova, Harmonices Mundi, etc. His works also provided one of the foundation for Newton's theory of universal gravitation. This work proved false, but it seems true at first, as there was an agreement to within 5% of all planets, with the exception of Jupiter. Kepler continued to work at this idea, trying to prove it true for years. Fact number 2. On 19 July 1814, Samuel Colt, an American inventor of revolver, was born. He was an American inventor, industrialist and businessman who established Colt's patent firearm manufacturing company, now Colt's Manufacturing Company, and made the mass production of revolver commercially viable. In 1836, Samuel Colt received a US patent for a revolver mechanism that enabled a gun to be fired multiple times without reloading. Colt founded a company to manufacture his revolving cylinder pistol. However, the sales were slow and the business floundered. Then in 1846, with the Mexican War that happened between 1846 to 48, the US government ordered 1,000 Colt revolvers. In 1855, Colt opened what was the world's largest private armament factory, in which he employed advanced manufacturing techniques such as interchangeable parts and an organized production line. By 1856, the company could produce 150 weapons per day. Colt was also an effective promoter, and by the start of US Civil War that goes from 1861 to 65, he made the Colt revolver perhaps the world's best known firearm. Fact number 3. On 19 July 1827, first freedom fighter of India, Mangal Panday, was born in Balia district, Uttar Pradesh. He is also known as the leader of 1857 Sepoy Mutiny. Mangal Panday, the great freedom fighter who instigated the first war of Indian independence. He joined the 34th Bengal Native Infantry Regiment as a sepoy of the first British India Company in 1849, and is said to have started a rebellion while posted in Barakpur, that is in West Bengal. He joined the Bengal Army in the year 1949 and was a private soldier in the 5th Company of the regiment. It was on March 29, 1857, Mangal attacked the British officer in Barakpur, that is in North Kolkata, and Udyan Park, that is known as Maha Udyan Park, is built on his memory at the place where he attacked the British officer and was later martyred there. As an honor to his contribution in Indian freedom struggle, the Government of India issued a commemorative stamp in 1984 as a tribute to his struggle. His patriotism and sacrifice for India will be remembered forever. He was one who instigated the 1857 Indian Rebellion, that is also known as the outbreak for the First War of Indian Independence. Fact number 4. On 19 July 1900, first line of Paris Metro opened for public. The line was opened between Port Maillot and Port de Vincennes to connect the various sites of the World Fair. only 8 stations were finalized and opened with the inauguration. 10 more were gradually opened between 6th of August and 1st of September 1900. In November 1898, the city of Paris decided to undertake preliminary work of the metro network with construction of the first line of Parisian subway system. Work lasted 12 months under the leadership of engineer Florence Bévenu and was financed by the municipality of Paris. The line was divided into 8 parts distributed between several companies. Fact number 5. On 19 July 1941, British Prime Minister Winston Churchill launches his V for Victory campaign. It was the symbol that united the British people during the darkest day of World War II. Prime Minister Churchill made the V for Victory hand gesture one of the defining image of the defiance during the bloody conflict. Today the gesture is more commonly acknowledged as meaning peace, but back in 1941 it was much more powerful. But even though the famous wartime symbol is now synonymous with Churchill, he wasn't even the one who came up with it. The powerful sign was first dreamt up in Belgium a year before it swept across Europe and into Britain. V was the first letter in victory not only in English but also in French and Flemish. I hope you are enjoying this video. I request you to kindly like this video, and to get daily quizzes, trivia and interesting video like this, kindly subscribe to our channel by pressing the bell icon so you can receive the notification when we upload a new video. So let's resume this infotainment. Fact number 6. On 19 July 1941, the famous Tom and Jerry first appeared under their own name cartoon, The Midnight Snack by William Hanna and Joseph Barbera. It is the second of the Tom and Jerry films, returning to the basic premise of the previous film, Puss Get the Boot, following that cartoon's Academy Award nominations. This cartoon features the second appearance of Tom and Jerry and was the first in which the characters were given their familiar names. The first cartoon, Puss Get the Boot, had the cat named Jasper and the mouse without a name. The animation model sheet referred to the later as Jenks. Fact number 7. On 19 July 1955, the famous cricketer Rogger Binny was born in Bengaluru. Rogger Binny was born as Roger Michael Humphrey Binny. He is an Indian cricketer who was the part of the famous 1983 Cricket World Cup winning squad. He was the right-handed batsman and the right-arm fast medium bowler. As we all know, Rogger Binny was an all-rounder who is best known for his impressive bowling performance in 1983 Cricket World Cup, which India won, where he was the highest wicket taker with 18 wickets. And in the 1985 World Series Cricket Championship that held in Australia, he repeated his feat by taking 17 wickets. Fact number 8. On 19 July 1963, Joe Walker makes world's first human space flight. He flew the X-15 Series 3 to an altitude of 347,800 feet, nearly 66 miles high, thus qualifying as an astronaut. He was the first civilian and the 7th American in the space after the Mercury astronauts, when he established an unofficial world altitude record of 354,200 feet, more than 67 miles, in the X-15 on August 22, 1963. He became the first person to have gone into the space twice. His altitude record stood for 41 years until eclipsed by scaled composite Spaceship One in 2004. In 1964, Walker was the first pilot to fly the Lunar Landing Research Vehicle, a prototype for the trainers that all astronauts used prior to landing on the lunar surface. He was then assigned to the XB-17 Triple Sonic Bomber Research Program. Walker died on June 8, 1966 as the result of a mid-air collision between the XB-70 and the NASA F-104N he was piloting. He was memorialized with the naming of a middle school in Coral Hill, California for him in 1972. Fact number 9. On 19 July 1969, 14 major private Bank of India became nationalized. In 1969, the Indian government nationalized 14 major private banks. One of the big banks was Bank of India. The year 2019 marks 50 years of India's bank nationalization. On July 1969, Indira Gandhi, who was then both the Prime Minister and the Finance Minister at that time, decided to nationalize 14 largest private banks of the country. She announced the same on the 8:30 p.m. broadcast later that evening. With Imperial Bank already nationalized and renamed as State Bank of India in 1955, this decision posed 80% of banking assets under the control of. Fact number 10. On 1969, Apollo 11 and its astronaut Neil Armstrong, Edwin Buzz Aldrin and Michael Collins went into the orbit of Moon in the process of their first landing on Moon. On July 16, with the world watching, Apollo 11 took off from the Kennedy Space Center with astronaut Neil Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin and Michael Collins aboard. Armstrong, a 38-year-old civilian research pilot, was the commander of this mission. After traveling for 240,000 miles in 76 hours, Apollo 11 entered into a lunar orbit on July 19th. The next day at 1:46 p.m., the lunar module Eagle, manned by Armstrong and Aldrin, separated from the command modules where Collins remained. 2 hours later, the Eagle began its descent to the lunar surface, and at 14:17 p.m., the craft touched down on the southwestern edge of the Sea of Tranquility. Armstrong immediately radioed to Mission Control in Houston, Texas, a now famous message: "The Eagle has landed." Fact number 11. On 19 July 1983, Michael W. Vanier, J. Marsh, and J. Warren created first three-dimensional images of a human head. On this very day, Michael W. Vanier from Mangal Institute of Radiology, St. Louis, and his co-workers J. Mark, who is from Cleft Palate and Craniofacial Deformities Institute, that is in St. Louis Children's Hospital, and J. Warren, who is from McDonnell Aircraft Company, published the first three-dimensional reconstruction of single computed tomographic slices of the human head, that is also called as CT slices of the human head. Computer-aided aircraft design techniques were adapted to make the cranial imaging possible. Since then, the CT imaging has become a cornerstone of the medical profession. The state. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed this infotainment video and all the compilation that we made for this date, all the interesting facts that we compiled that is related to this particular date. I hope you like this video. Kindly press the like button and do subscribe our channel so you can get daily quizzes, trivia and important facts and videos like this in near future. Kindly press the bell icon so that you can receive a notification whenever we upload a new video. Thanks again for watching our video, and kindly note, knowledge is power.